Hello friends, today I'm going to give you an idea about the stages of teaching. As an academician, we must know about it, and teaching is a very complex task and systemic planning is needed for the proper teaching. Now the teaching is to be considered in terms of the various steps, and different steps will constitute a process called phases or the stages of the teaching. So broadly, there are three different stages or the phases. Let's see this in detail. So there are three stages: planning stage, implementation stage and the evaluation stage. Let's see the first one, planning stage. So before teaching, we need to perform many tasks like preparing the lesson plans, studying the test reports, reading the sections of a textbook and thinking about the aberrant behavior of a student. I consider these activities are very crucial for our performance during the regular teaching session. We need to have an idea about how to teach, what to teach, where to teach, what should be the outcome of our teaching, and we need to plan out and we need to practice before we actually go for the teaching. It is like fixing up the goals and the content to teach and making the decisions about the strategy used to get the desired outcomes. So to get the specific outcome, you are doing the planning, preparation, and then you are executing it to achieve your desired outcomes. I have taken one example to make you understand this, that just suppose you want to teach about the pulmonary function testing PFT. So you can read about this topic from the different chest physiotherapy books. You can recall about your own experience of how to perform this test. Okay. After this all, you can prepare one of the best content, okay, best material with the use of different mnemonics, flowcharts, keywords, etc. Then you are going to tell this to your students, then you are going to teach this to your students, and then you are going to train your students. So I tell that it is like tell, teach and train. Tell, teach and train. And if you are doing this, you can even transform all the knowledge which you have with that to the recipients very easily. So teaching to the students, then later on you are demonstrating and training the students how to do it practically on each other. Later on students can perform on each other, and later on they can perform on any patient under your supervision, and slowly and gradually they can master this particular skill. So this is what we can do it to make this easy. Now here there are some points to ponder. In the phase first, we need to fix our goals for the teaching. Second, we need to take the decisions about the content. Third, we need to manage with the different ways of presenting and delivering. That means you are going to use only the traditional methods of teaching. You are going to use only the latest or the updated methods of teaching, or you are going to combine both of them. You need to decide about the appropriate teaching strategies, methods, and the tools. And then you can go for the second phase. And that second phase is the implementation phase or the stage. So it is actually you are implementing what you have planned out. So it is an actual classroom teaching where you are using multiple strategies to achieve the desired goal to give the best teaching. Now, always you need to remember the teacher students dialogue or the conversation should be in the public rather than in the private, and you need to make a proper eye contact with the audience when you are teaching to the students. Now, while teaching, you need to make sure that whether you are audible, whether you are visible, your language proficiency is proper or not, and you need to always take a very frequent feedback regarding your teaching, whether you are up to the mark, okay, or whether you are lacking in teaching and so on, so that you can modify your different teaching method or the methods. Why there is a need for this? Because we are not trained to teach. We are not trained to teach. Most of the therapists, they are teaching based on the trial and error method, because we have not learned scientifically how to teach. Okay, and most of the colleges and university, it has not been included in their curriculum. So we need to take the feedback and we need to modify our teaching methods. If required, we need to modify the methods. The third and the important phase is your evaluation stage or the phase where we are basically evaluating both the teaching as well as the learning. The teacher can analyze as to what extent the students have grasped the material or the content which is presented to them, and they can evaluate that how much they have understood this particular concept. And it is actually the assessment of the interactive process which has happened between the students and the teacher. So very important is the third phase. Then it also helps the teacher to teach the things better in the future. It helps the students to learn the things better in the future. It also helps to decide whether the teacher should proceed with the new topic or they have to reteach what has already been taught. So the evaluation phase is very important. Okay, at least monthly or 3 monthly we can make an habit of using the teaching evaluation form, and we can get the feedback about our own teaching. How is our content, how is our presentation, how is the use of audio visual aids, how is the use of different teaching tools, how is the use of different strategies, and so on. So based on the honest feedback, we can modify our teaching methods to improve our teaching so that it will be good for our students. Okay. So thank you very much for listening the video. Thank you.